Thanks for joining us on 13 News at noon. I'm Felicia Lawrence, and this afternoon, IMPD is investigating why two men shot each other on the city's east side. So this happened on Dayton Avenue around 8:30 this morning. Police say they responded to a home where the two men were outside with gunshot wounds. Both were taken to the hospital in critical condition. Investigators believe the two got into a disturbance, then they shot each other.
This area should not have to have gone through this, right? This is senseless acts, again, choosing to use a firearm to solve your conflicts. And that is not what we need in our community. We need to do better.
Detectives have spoken with witnesses on scene. If you have any information, you are encouraged to call police. As we continue to follow this developing story, we will update you on air as well as online at WTHR.com. Turning now to a sunny start to the week. Meteorologist Rob Ellis says the rain is about to come down on our parade.
Yeah.
But right now, some sun.
Sunshine. I think this is really the quietest day of the entire forecast. Sunshine looking pretty good. I know it's Monday, but enjoy the sunshine while we have it.
Yeah.
Rain is on the way. It's not going to be for everyone, though, so it's really the devil is in the details when it comes to who is going to see the rain. Today, we just watched the temperatures, and the temperatures are rising. We're up into the 40s and 50s, depending on where you are. We'll likely see more of these 50s as the day wears on, and I do think 50s are going to be a part of our forecast once we get into the rest of the afternoon. So very typical of where we should be for this time of year. 49, our current temperature. There's a string of 50s from Bloomington to Columbus to Shelbyville. It is also a little bit on the breezy side. Wind gusts as high as 30 to 40, almost 45 miles per hour. In Muncie right now, 44 is the actual number. It's going to stay a little bit breezy, but I don't expect that these are going to cause too many problems once we get into the afternoon. Next, we watch this system that's going to be moving our way, and this one will likely bring us a chance for rain, but it looks like for at least tomorrow, the chance of rain will be mainly to the south. So the next 8 hours, you're really not going to notice that arriving. It still has some travel time before it gets here. Temperatures into the mid-50s for daytime highs. We'll see plenty of sunshine in our forecast. A little bit breezy during the afternoon, especially. Overnight low temperatures will drop down to around 40, give or take 5 degrees either side of that. And then I think we'll start with some rain showers moving into our forecast for tomorrow. In Indianapolis, that chance is mainly going to be during the second half of the day. But if you're south of Indy, I'll have a different forecast for you that will maybe take into account some of those rain showers. I'll show you coming up what I'm talking about.
All right, Rob, thank you so much. And this afternoon, a 30-year-old man is under arrest for a shooting that happened early yesterday morning. Police tell 13 News that shooting happened around 4:45 on North Arsenal Avenue. That's just south of New York Street. Officers say they found 32-year-old Andre Kennedy Jr. on the front porch of a house with multiple gunshot wounds. He died at the scene. Right now, the man police arrested faces preliminary charges of murder. 13 News is working to learn what led up to this shooting and if the two men knew each other. Of course, once we learn more, we'll report it to you. 13 News is also working to learn more about a couple other incidents that happened over the weekend in Indy. Just after 12:30 yesterday morning, police found a person shot on North Linwood Avenue near 38th and Emerson. That victim was taken to the hospital. At last check, that person was in stable condition. And then about 2 hours before that, police found another person shot on St. Paul Street near Keystone and Prospect. That victim was also reported to be stable. No word yet on a suspect in that shooting either. And right now, there are nearly 600 open cases spanning over the last 5 years that IMPD is working to solve. And now families are pleading for answers in their loved ones' murder cases. So here's how those numbers break down according to IMPD. So there are 128 unsolved homicides from 2020. 132 from 21, 117 from 2022, and then 102 in 2023. And then you can see last year, 2024, there are 108. Denise's son, Darrell Brown, was shot and killed outside of his East Side apartment near 30th and German Church Road. This happened around 2 in the morning in January of 2021. Denise tells 13 News her son was a good guy who would help anyone. She still questions why anyone would want to kill him, but believes he may have seen, or rather may have been shot in the back the night he was killed.
When I laid him to rest, I said, "I'll make sure that I find who killed him senselessly." And they didn't have to do it. He mean the world to his sisters and brothers. His daughter gonna grow up without her father.
Metro Police say the challenge in solving these cases are lack of community members coming forward who may know something. The department tells us that detectives and other investigators are hoping to get answers for families soon. And a Marion County Sheriff's deputy is now without a job, fired after getting arrested for operating while intoxicated. David Hodges is accused of driving drunk and crashing his truck into a house. Our Marina Silva shares video of that crash and what court documents say happened.
Just watch. This video taken from a neighbor's doorbell camera shows the moment this black truck is reversing, then rolling over, hitting a house in Lawrence. And police say behind the wheel, a Marion County Sheriff's deputy. Now former Marion County Sheriff's Deputy David Hodges, accused of driving drunk and crashing into the home.
He should know better than to be drinking and driving.
Greg Tolliver's house is the one that got hit. He wasn't home at the time, but his teenage son and adult kids were.
My first reaction and my wife's first reaction is, are the kids okay? What happened, and are the kids okay?
We want to show you some of the damage that was done. Take a look. The tire marks are in the lawn and they're pretty deep. A bush was taken down and there's damage to the home. Luckily, it's nothing major and nobody was hurt. According to court documents, Deputy Hodges and his girlfriend were in the truck. He told police he was backing up because his girlfriend forgot something at her house down the street. The documents go on to say Hodges told officers he was trying to park and lost control. After the crash, officers say Hodges' balance was swaying, unsteady, and he had glossed over eyes. At that point, officers gave Hodges a breathalyzer test. They say his blood alcohol level was .122. The sheriff's office confirms they fired Hodges after his arrest. Meanwhile, Tolliver is thankful nobody was hurt and the damage was minimal.
The good thing was, that's my stepdaughter's car, that's my work van, and it missed both. Nobody's vehicles got hit, so the yard is fixable.
After a crash that put a deputy behind bars. In Lawrence, Marina Silva, 13 News.
And Hodges was released from the Marion County Jail. He has a court date in early April. Well, this week, family and friends will gather to celebrate the life of a former Hamilton Southeastern football player. Mason Alexander was killed in a crash earlier this month in Fishers. And this comes just months after he graduated early and joined the University of Pittsburgh's football team. Alexander's family is inviting the community to join the services tomorrow at the Fishers Event Center. And a visitation is scheduled from 9 to noon. The celebration of life is scheduled to begin after that.